Hi ladies, Shelli Pelly with Annie Parker Confidential in the kitchen. And today we're going to make something that I love, love, love. You know that I love my make-ahead meals and my make-ahead breakfast because why not, right? They're super easy. Today we're going to make these egg muffins with feta, spinach, and sun-dried tomatoes. Yum, they really pack a punch. 5 grams of protein each, maybe 75 calories each, depending on how much feta you put into it. I kind of like a lot of feta. Takes maybe 30 minutes start to finish, 15 minutes of cook time, and maybe 15 minutes of prep time. Cook them, put them in the oven, store them overnight, have them for 3 or 4 days. They're amazing. So let's get cracking. Okay, so here we are, ready to make our egg muffins with 5 grams of protein and about 75 calories. Spinach, feta, and sun-dried tomatoes. First things first, you want to make sure to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So let's do that. 350 degrees, there we go. And you're going to want to take a non-stick cooking pan of muffins, muffin tin, I guess, and spray it with Pam, or as Oliver calls it, Pam Beasley. I don't know why. Okay, that makes sure that the you don't want the eggs sticking because that would suck, right? All right, and so what I have now is I have cracked 6 whole eggs. I pre-cracked them so you didn't have to watch me crack eggs because it's boring, right? So we have 6 whole eggs, and to that I'm going to add 1 cup of egg whites. 1 cup of egg whites is equivalent to 6 whole eggs. And I just kind of like to cut the calories and up the protein, so I use egg whites instead of 12 whole eggs. But you're the boss of you can do what you want. To this, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, half of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to add that to the egg mixture. And that's going to give it some nice flavor, right? And so what we'll do is we'll just whisk this up with our handy dandy whisk. Whisk it nice and fluffy. Now you guys, I like to whisk it in this. I know it might be easier in a bowl and you can do it in a bowl and then pour it in here. But I like to have my eggs in a little spout because it's going to make it way easier for you to pour it into your muffin tins when you're ready without making a hot mess. I kind of learned that one the hard way. It was, anyways, I digress. All right. Okay, and there we go. Now you can put the ingredients in the eggs if you like. I've got about half a cup of julienne sun-dried tomatoes in their oil, and I patted the oil off because, I mean, who wants all the extra calories, and these pack a punch anyway. So there's about a half of a cup or so. I have a full cup of chopped spinach, and I have about 3/4 a cup of feta. Now this is going to give you about 1 tablespoon of feta per cup. I usually put, I don't know, 3 or 4 julienne sun-dried tomatoes in per cup, and then maybe, a little over a tablespoon per cup of the spinach. And I put them in beforehand so that you kind of have control, because it's sort of like when you get a blueberry muffin, like somebody gets all the blueberries and somebody gets the sucky one that only has 1 blueberry. So I like to make sure that they're all decently packed, but you can do as you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pre-fill my little tins, all right? So we've got sun-dried tomatoes in each one. Now the other thing that you can do is you can do half and half. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll do half of it with this recipe, and maybe I'll do the other half with like Calamot olives, or maybe we'll do like a chicken sausage and light cheddar cheese or something to that effect. So you're just gonna fill each cup with all of your goodies. These will come pretty decently sized. So for breakfast, I'll usually have, I don't know, maybe 2 of them, depending on how hungry I am. But I'll have a couple, and sometimes I even have them, they're good to grab and go as a snack. They're also really good for lunch. I mean, just throw a salad with it, it's really good. Okay, so we've got our feta, and you're just gonna fill your spinach. Now spinach, I like to put as much in as possible. Spinach is so good for you. It's just like, it's good for your skin. It's got tons of vitamins in it. It's fresh. I like to get the spinach the little baby spinach leaves, so they're pre-washed and they're just little and they're tender. And then I just give them a rough chop. Everybody's filled and happy. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to fill the cups. Now you want to fill the cups, you guys, about half of the way full because they're really going to puff up in the oven. So I fill them about half full. And you're going to want to let them cool for a little bit. And then you can wrap them tightly in an airtight container and put them in the refrigerator. Heat them up for 20 to 30 seconds the next morning, depending on your microwave, and go. Now they'll keep for about 6 days, but I think that's kind of gross. Like, I don't want to eat something 6 days old, seriously. So I kind of eyeball it, and I'm usually 3 or 4 days. I think that's kind of about my limit on eating something that's been in the refrigerator that long. And there we go. That is it. So we've got 12 of my delicious little muffins. Put them in the oven. Let them bake for 15 minutes or 20, depending on your oven. You're gonna wanna touch the tops of them, and they're gonna wanna be springy. I mean, if you're sticking your finger through and it feels like an egg white, obviously they're not done yet. So just take them for about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's it. Let's see what they look like. Okay, it's been 15 minutes and I think they're done. Let's check them and see. Yep, they look amazing. All right, finished product. 15 minutes to prep, 15 minutes to bake, that's it. See how they're kind of springy on top? That's exactly what you want. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the stovetop, let them cool, and then maybe I'll have one, right? These are delicious. So good, you guys. So good. Totally pack a punch. 5 grams of protein, maybe 75 calories each. Have a couple, enjoy them. Tell me what you think. For these and other great recipes and all things health, beauty, fitness, fashion, style, be sure to visit AnnieParkerConfidential.com. Otherwise, I'll see you back here next week with a new post. Peace out.